All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, have an update as we know that Bob Arum and Top Rank will no longer be fighting on ESPN because their contract has expired and ESPN has decided not to renew. As a result, many people wonder, what is Top Rank going to do? Where are they going to go? I did speak with somebody that is in the boxing industry that is very well known, that is very influential and also very analytical when it comes to boxing deals. Based on the news that came out, we had a discussion about where he thinks things are going to go. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the business of boxing as one of the greatest sports organizations of the last 50 years old. 50 years. Top Rank Boxing lost its the only network that it was televising on, as ESPN has decided not to renew the deal that they had. They've been there for 8 years, ever since slightly before HBO Boxing went out of business. ESPN, I do believe, struck a deal with Top Rank before the HBO contract had run out 8 years ago. So they transitioned very, very easily into this ESPN deal that they've been in. But this time, we don't know where they're transitioning to. There has been reports and statements have been made, and there's been a lot of speculation about it. But I spoke with somebody. I think that they have very, very valuable insight, and they gave me insight from a business perspective in boxing, where they think that this thing and Top Rank is trying to get to, and where they probably will get to, and why. And what is it? Top Rank says that they want to have multiple streaming platforms. They have been in discussion with DAZN. They've also been in discussion with someone else. However, I am told that they also will be having discussions with Amazon, because there's already an established relationship between Top Rank Boxing and Amazon Prime. And they have actually already worked together and put fights together. And one piece of information was revealed to me, and it was also, I have to say, shout to the person that originally told me this, which was Rachel Donaire, which is a future Hall of Fame manager, wife of Nonito Donaire, said that the original pilot for boxing for Amazon Prime and the idea for Amazon to air boxing actually had come from Top Rank, and they did some of the original work out there in Japan. So that relationship is already in place and already in play, and they already have a working relationship with Amazon Prime. So when they say that they want to do they want to have multiple platforms, in what situation would they be able to have multiple platforms? Well, multiple platforms would necessitate having deals with people like DAZN, because DAZN would be one of the major ones. Amazon would be another one, and say they had a third one. They're not going to have, that's no exclusive deal to any one of those guys. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to develop the relationships to be able to get their fighters onto other people's cards, and they might wind up having to fill in a lot versus being the lead promoter on some of this stuff, unless they work with somebody like the PBC that has a network and a platform that would allow Bob Arum to put on a Top Rank card and have it almost be an exclusively Top Rank card along with their contract on Amazon Prime. Now, my understanding is that one of the challenges that Top Rank will have, that Top Rank has never really had to overcome, is the same type of problem that the PBC had to overcome, which is that coming from a network like ESPN and HBO, and in case of PBC, it was Showtime. They never really had the production. They never had the responsibility to do the actual production of the event. It was the Showtime doing the production of the event. It was HBO doing the production of the event. It's ESPN doing the actual production of the event. For Top Rank to then go to other platforms, they are going to have to do the entire production of the event. So that type of deal over with Amazon, that's the type of deal that these guys are more than likely going to have to be in. They're probably not going to be a lead promoter unless they strike a deal with somebody like Al Haymon. Because if you look at what's going on in DAZN's money and the way that they're losing money, that is so heavily Turkey al-Sheikh that Bob Arum will wind up having his best fighters almost exclusively having to go over to Saudi Arabia to fight on those cards, which would seriously limit his ability to guide the careers of the fighters that organization wants to develop. Now, if you look at Bob Arum himself and say, okay, where is Bob Arum in his life, right? And Bob Arum says, look, I've climbed a lot of hills over my life. I've climbed a lot of mountains. I don't want to have to climb this mountain. I'm going to say, hey, look, maybe the best thing for me to do is to wrap it up and sell the brand Top Rank. Because Top Rank itself, you have the operations, you have the organization, but you also have the name Top Rank itself and what that means and the name recognition it has for fans and for fighters and for networks. Do you want to sell that, right, to somebody? Now, Rick Glazier, who was right about the fact that the contract was up with Top Rank and they weren't going to renew it, also said that there had been interest in people in buying Top Rank. So there could very well be that type of relationship that Top Rank gets into where Bob Arum winds up kind of being, the figurehead for the next couple years, and that whole organization and all of the assets that it has, slowly transitions to somebody else. It really is going to depend very heavily on what Bob Arum wants to do. Is Bob Arum looking for something where, it's going to be Top Rank Boxing into the year, 2150? Or is he saying, hey, man, I've always kind of seen this business as myself. So, hey, man, let me just kind of tap in, make some easy money for my family selling this stuff. That's what's going to dictate it. But the most logical thing that this particular person said, but politics and personal things and competitiveness have something to do with it, would be to focus on American boxing on Amazon Prime, who is already with the biggest platform for boxing, which is the PBC in American boxing. And that those two organizations working together could really put on great fights and allow both of them to live for a long time. Top Rank is almost dead meat if they go over to DAZN. But anyway, that's my take on the information that it was given. I thought that was a fair assessment, a very, very fair assessment of the circumstance. And I certainly hope, like many people on the panel do, that the PBC and Top Rank partner, because that strengthens American boxing. Aside from what the best business decision is for Top Rank or for PBC, it actually is the best for American boxing that these guys combine and have a solid working relationship where they're putting on, profitable stadium or arena events for boxing fans like these guys have been doing for decades and decades and decades. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.